I just spent 2 days in London trying to find various prescription medicines, and you're going to be shocked at the results. According to multiple newspapers, the Independent Commission on UK-EU Relations, and the Medicines Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, MHRA from now on, the UK is facing severe shortages in these 13 common drugs. So I pulled out my map of London and decided to target 3 areas in central London: London Bridge, Liverpool Street, and Victoria. So I'm heading into central to see how bad the shortage is.
Pharmacy number 1. Nope. And the guy's head was just like... And it's 2 prescriptions. So I even said, doing this as a documentary, I'm going to go and check other places, and I don't think we're going to have much luck. Pharmacy number 2. One was in stock, which was the inhaler, and the other one, no. Let's try number 3. So this store's closing, so they didn't have it in stock, and the pharmacist said they usually do. But it's interesting they're closing. You walk around here and you're starting to realise actually you've got to walk quite a distance to get to a pharmacy.
Considering how often we talk about London being a city that's ahead of the game, and considering it's meant to be a city where you're able to get anything, including this robot sweeper I found, or this amazing recipe, yes, that is right, you can get a donut burger. It's ridiculous that I'm not able to get a hold of prescriptions. But also, I'm starting to find that it's a struggle to even get a hold of a pharmacy.
So it turns out that this isn't a pharmacy, despite what it says on Google Maps. Pharmacy number 4. Wow, so they didn't have anything, but they could order it and it would take apparently 1 day. But the other thing that I found interesting was a dentist overheard my conversation in there and was going, we can't get half our stuff. Our emergency aid kits are half full because we can't restock. And the stuff that we can restock with costs a fortune. And he claimed if you wanted an EpiPen, it would cost about 180 quid now. And it's all been since Brexit.
So by the end of day 1, I'd been to 4 pharmacies and only 1 had what I needed. But on top of that, 1 wasn't even open and the other was closing. And the reason that I'm doing this video is because about a month ago, I needed a prescription and it turned out I wasn't able to get that medication for 5 days, which meant I had to actually lower the amount I was taking. I was so concerned I even called up Steve Barclay, the person in front of you. He's the Minister for Health, and frankly they were completely useless. When I mentioned that there were shortages, it didn't seem to indicate that they were going to do anything about it, and that they were well aware of the shortages.
Are you going to do anything about the ambulances waiting and the people dying out? Well, don't you think 12 years is long enough?
Yes, and we
12
are
years,
taking...
you've done bugger all about it. People have died and all you've done is nothing.
Starting to see a pattern. Well, let's go to day 2.
And this had only the inhaler, and the other stuff they now told me is not even available in the warehouse, so they can't order it. Another pharmacy that doesn't exist. Chemist number 8. Really interesting chat with a pharmacist. It gave the impression that it wasn't just Brexit. Prices have gone up since Brexit, but he felt there were other reasons. So, interesting. He didn't have anything that I needed in stock. Pharmacy number 9, nothing. And I'm gonna go to pharmacy number 10. We'll see. Just found a pharmacy that doesn't exist on Google. Nope, didn't have it, none of it.
I did also try and look for the 11th pharmacy, but I couldn't find it. So in total, we've looked for 11 pharmacies, and 3 of them don't exist. 1 is closing. And on top of that, we seem to have a medical shortage. It seems that my video actually discovered more problems hidden underneath the surface, which included trying to even find a pharmacy, some of which didn't exist, and according to recent news reports, over 300 are set to close. And this report in front of you, which has been created by the Independent Commission on UK-EU Relations, is damning, suggesting that Brexit has created a whole host of problems, all because we've diverged in regulation. We've got a decline in staff numbers, and there are ethical concerns about recruiting from countries that are red listed because they've got worker shortages. We've got data challenges, we've got problems with Northern Ireland having a unique position which needs to be addressed. There are increased costs, there are trade barriers which are also creating labour and skill shortages. We even have an issue of deciding whether or not we're going to continue with this regulatory divergence. And since Brexit, because we're continuing to diverge, it means that the EU and its governance and its processes are impacting costs, impacting our attractiveness as a market, as well as our global influence. And if you seem to have doubts in what I'm saying, take note, I've gone to 12 pharmacies and the majority of them don't stock these medicines. And on top of that, the people that wrote this, these are people in the know. Is it really that unlikely that they're correct? Or is it the fact that the government and Brexit have made a complete hash of everything?
And we
12 years, you've done bugger all about it. People have died and all you've done is nothing.
There is an alternate solution, but I don't think many people are going to like it. We could just build more laboratories to produce more of the medical goods that we need. But of course, that comes with an old age problem.
Our demands are simple: a small cost of living increase and some better equipment and supplies for your children.
Oh, that's reasonable. Give it to him.
Yeah, in a dream world, we have a very tight budget. To do what she's asking, we'd have to raise taxes.
Raise way too high as they are now. Taxes are dead.
It's your children's future.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Children are important. Yes.
It'll cost you.
Yeah. Oh, the taxes. Right. You're gonna raise taxes.
Come on.
All right, that's a good point. Yes.
And with the economy in a staggering, stuttering and stagnant phase, which doesn't look like it's going to recover at any point soon, there doesn't seem to be a solution, but essentially, from what I've read, we need to double the number of laboratories. But it isn't just the labs, we need people to fill them, and in order to do that, we need to stop Brits leaving in large numbers, especially high-skilled people, and unfortunately we're in competition with the likes of Australia, New Zealand, and the EU. Hopefully the UK, when Labour come in, will try and get some regulatory alignment, but until we rejoin the single market, this isn't going anywhere. Once again, thank you to all my Patreon and YouTube supporters. You keep this channel going, and frankly, you're awesome. If you'd like to help with the channel, please look at the link in the description. If you'd like to help for free, then just click the like and subscribe button, even the notification button. It all helps with the channel. And on that note, thanks for listening. Bye for now.